Today, we dissect the 12 most dangerous cognitive biases that control your life. We strip them bare, and we start with one that keeps you stuck in a bad job. Number 12. Sunk cost fallacy. You've poured 3 years into that terrible degree or that failing side hustle, the app that never launched. You look at the time already invested, the late nights, the missed vacations. That's the sunk cost. And because you already paid that price, you keep paying. You tell yourself, I can't quit now. It'll all be wasted. The feeling is physical, a heavy weight in your chest, demanding justification for past misery. The reality is simple. The money, the time, the effort, it is already gone. It is unrecoverable. It is sunk. Your only rational move is to judge the future, not the past. Don't throw good effort after bad history. Next time you feel paralyzed by past investment, just ask, if I started this project today, knowing what I know now, would I still begin? Moving on. Number 11. Confirmation bias. This is the filter that makes you feel smart. You find evidence that proves you are right. You ignore everything else. You see it scrolling social media. Someone posts a controversial opinion. You immediately hunt for the comments agreeing with you. You feel that familiar warmth of validation. The opposing arguments, you skip them. Or you read them just to formulate a better attack. Your brain loves this. It saves energy. It reinforces your identity. It builds an echo chamber around you, brick by brick. The world is not confirming your theories. It is presenting data. You are only collecting the data that fits your preferred narrative. When you read an article that perfectly aligns with your view, stop. Force yourself to find the single best argument against your position. Read that one first. Number 10. Anchoring bias. This is used against you in every negotiation. Every single time. Imagine a used car salesman opens with a price tag that makes your stomach drop. $60,000 for a beat-up sedan. You gasp. That number, 60,000, is the anchor. It's irrelevant, but it's stuck. Your brain immediately recalibrates. Suddenly 50,000 sounds like a bargain. 45,000 feels like a massive win. You didn't negotiate well. You just let them set the first number. That initial data point warps everything that follows. This happens in salary talks, in grocery store sales, even when you estimate how long a project will take. The first number mentioned becomes the whole map. If someone throws out a number first in a negotiation, immediately dismiss it out loud. Say, that's not even in the ballpark we are considering. Then, immediately counter-anchor low. Before we continue, know this. The biases at the top of this list are subtle. They don't feel like errors. They feel like intuition. Number 9. Availability heuristic. You see it on the news every night. A plane crash, a rare shark attack. Suddenly, you refuse to fly. You won't swim in the ocean. Your perceived risk skyrockets. Why? Because the vivid, recent, emotionally charged information is easily pulled from your memory. It is available. Statistically, driving to the airport is thousands of times more dangerous, but you don't see those mundane statistics play out on a dramatic newsreel. This bias poisons long-term planning. You over-insure against rare events and undersave for predictable ones, like retirement. The vivid worst-case scenario wins over dull probability. When making a decision based on fear or excitement, immediately Google the actual statistics. Don't trust the story your mind just conjured up. Number 8. Bandwagon effect. This is social gravity. You feel the pressure to conform, to agree, to join the herd. Think about that restaurant everyone is suddenly raving about. You wait an hour in the rain for a table. You convince yourself the food is incredible, even if it's just average. The belief isn't yours initially. It's borrowed. You adopt the consensus view because the social cost of being the outlier feels too high. This bias keeps outdated ideas alive. It stops innovation because everyone is looking sideways instead of forward. It's the fear of being the only one not clapping. When you find yourself agreeing instantly with a popular opinion, pause. Ask yourself, If I were the only person in the room, would I still hold this exact thought? And now, something more dangerous. The next bias actively sabotages your self-improvement efforts. Number 7. Self-serving bias. Success? That's me. My hard work. My intelligence. I earned that promotion. You feel the pride swelling in your chest. Failure? That's external. The economy tanked. My boss was unfair. The market shifted. It was bad luck. This is the protective shield around your ego. It ensures your self-esteem stays inflated, regardless of objective reality. It's the reason two people can look at the exact same negotiation and both walk away believing they were the superior player. The truth is lost in the narrative you construct to protect yourself. When something goes wrong, immediately write down 3 things you could have done better. No excuses. Focus only on your inputs. Number 6. The Dunning-Kruger effect. This is the peak of Mount Stupid, the place where incompetence breeds supreme confidence. The less you know about a subject, the more likely you are to overestimate your expertise dramatically. You don't know enough to know what you don't know. You see it in online arguments every day. The person who read Wikipedia article arguing against a PhD. They argue with absolute certainty. Conversely, true experts often suffer from imposter syndrome. They know the depth of the subject. They see the complexity, so they downplay their own knowledge. If you feel like an absolute master of a new skill after just 1 week, you are almost certainly experiencing this. The cure is simple. Keep learning until you hit the valley of despair. That's where real competence begins. Number 5. In-group bias. This is the tribal wiring. We favor those who look like us, talk like us, or share our arbitrary team colors. You are instantly kinder to the person who went to your college. You give their mediocre idea a second look. You assume good intent. For the outsider, the person from the other group, you apply immediate scrutiny. You look for flaws. You assume incompetence until proven otherwise. This bias fractures teams. It stops collaboration. It creates blind spots because you stop critically evaluating the people you feel loyal to. Next time you are evaluating an idea, completely hide the source's name and background. Judge the idea purely on its merits, not on who delivered it. Number 4. Negativity bias. The brain is a velvet trapdoor. Good experiences slide right off. Bad experiences stick like industrial glue. A perfect day at work, followed by one sharp criticism from your manager. Which memory dominates your evening? The criticism, always. One harsh text message can ruin 3 pleasant phone calls. Your survival instinct is optimized for threat detection, not for happiness maximization. The emotional impact of negative events is roughly twice as strong as positive ones. That's why anxiety persists. That's why grudges last years. To counteract this, you must deliberately practice gratitude. Every night, name 3 specific, small positive things that happened. Force the recall. Build new pathways. We are down to the final 3. These are the biases that actively shape your perception of reality itself. Number 3. The fundamental attribution error. This is the secret sauce of interpersonal conflict. When they cut you off in traffic, they are an aggressive jerk, a selfish idiot. That's their character. When you cut someone off, you were late. You had an emergency. It was situational. It was just bad timing. You attribute their negative actions to internal flaws. You attribute your negative actions to external circumstances. This double standard poisons trust. It makes you quick to judge and slow to forgive. It makes you view others as fundamentally flawed people, while granting yourself grace for every slip-up. When someone frustrates you, force yourself to generate 3 plausible, non-malicious reasons for their behavior before you react. Number 2. Recency bias. This one is wrecking your long-term investing strategy and your diet. The stock market was up 10% last month. You feel like a genius. You pour more money in. You ignore the 5 years of stagnation before that. You ate clean for 6 days, then binged pizza on Saturday. You decide the whole diet failed. You quit Monday. Recency bias tricks you into believing the immediate past is the best predictor of the immediate future. It weighs the last few data points far heavier than the entire history preceding them. It creates panic selling. It creates yo-yo dieting. It makes you forget the slow grinding progress you made before the recent slip. When assessing any trend, your health, your finances, a relationship, make yourself look at the 12-month chart, not the 12-day chart. The long view is the only view that matters. Number 1. Bias blind spot. This is the meta-bias, the belief that you, specifically, are less susceptible to all the other biases we just listed. You see confirmation bias in your uncle's political rants. You see anchoring in a bad sales pitch. You nod along, thinking, good thing I'm immune to that stuff. The irony is staggering. The very act of recognizing cognitive biases makes you more confident that you are rational. This creates an impenetrable fortress around your flawed thinking. You see the error in everyone else's logic, but you cannot see the blind spot in your own. The feeling is one of total, objective clarity. That feeling is the trapdoor closing. There is no single tactic to beat this. There is only a constant, exhausting vigilance. You must assume, right now, that at least 3 of the biases listed today are actively guiding your next major decision. Stop looking for the flawed people around you. Start looking for the flawed logic inside the decisions you feel most certain about. That doubt, that sliver of uncertainty is the only path forward. These biases aren't character flaws. They are efficient, lazy programming. But efficiency without accuracy leads to ruin.